So the Cleveland Cavaliers just got embarrassed by the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, embarrassed. And as a Cavs fan, I think the entire organization is facing one massive question. Do you run it back with what you got, or do you go all in for one final championship window with none other than LeBron James? There are already real rumors starting to circle connecting LeBron back to Cleveland this offseason. And honestly, this may be the perfect time. And so in this video, I'm going to break down why the Cavs need LeBron James right now and why LeBron to Cleveland actually makes a lot of sense. And love to hear from you guys down below in the comments. As always, it's great to get some other insights and analysis from all of you. Make sure you hit the like button, help share this video out there, because I think it's a really nice breakdown on what I'm seeing right now. So the Cavs got exposed. We know that. Not because they're a bad team. I don't think they were a bad team. It's really because, in my opinion, they were lacking a true leader. Because when the lights got the brightest against the New York Knicks, they fumbled the bag yet again. They look like a team missing leadership. They look like a team missing physicality. They look like a team that was missing composure, playoff IQ, and a true closer in the biggest moments. Let's just call a spade a spade. I mean, game one of the Eastern Conference Finals might have been the worst loss in playoff history. That never happens if LeBron James is on the floor. Ever. Never happens. And the whole series could have changed and flipped. You get game one. There's a whole new dynamic then to what goes on. And, then it has this question, should the Cavs make some changes? I think the answer is certainly yes. And let's talk first briefly why the Cavs failed. The roster is incredibly talented. We know that. You've got Donovan Mitchell. You've got Evan Mobley. You've got Jared Allen. You've got some good shooters. You've got a pretty good defense. You've got some depth. But we really do lack length, athleticism, and leadership. And LeBron still has all those things. But against New York, everything fell apart. The Knicks completely dictated the physicality of the series. Cleveland really struggled offensively. They struggled against any kind of pressure. They looked mentally rattled anytime adversity hit. But even at 41 years old, LeBron James still gives you an elite basketball IQ, half-court playmaking, leadership, especially in the playoffs, offensive organization, tempo control, matchup hunting. I mean, he's just like having the best coach in the NBA on the floor at this point. And that is exactly what the Cavs need right now. So the obvious question is, would LeBron still actually help this team? I think absolutely, because the version of LeBron we're talking about now is not 2013 Miami LeBron or 2018 carry the entire franchise LeBron when Kyrie left. He's more of a point forward, an offensive engine, a playoff organizer, a space organizer on the floor, a secondary scorer, locker room stability. And honestly, it fits perfectly next to Donovan Mitchell right now. Imagine this lineup. You've got, LeBron, Mitchell, Mobley, Allen, plus some shooting. That would be like my kind of ideal scenario. I don't know really what we do with James Harden at this point, but this immediately becomes one of the most dangerous playoff teams in basketball. Just those four: LeBron, Mitchell, Mobley, Allen. Let's put Strus in there. Just have a shooter, okay? And the bigger point nobody really wants to admit is the Cavs need a true alpha leader. Not talent, they need leadership. Because in the playoffs, execution matters most. Composure matters way more than the regular season. Adjustments, momentum, knowing, when to get a timely bucket or run a timely set. And LeBron's arguably the greatest playoff processor in NBA history, in my opinion. This team doesn't need him to average 35. They need him to play, 25, 30 minutes during the regular season, and they need him to control the chaos because this team had a lot of it. Even though they won some games and got to the Eastern Conference Finals, they're still missing something big. And I think LeBron fills that void. So reports are suggesting Cleveland has very limited cap flexibility right now, but will LeBron take a pay cut to come to Cleveland or for some type of sign and trade, structure? But excuse me, it's still to be determined. But if LeBron truly wants one title push, one last chance to finish at home and to retire in Cleveland, he could get a championship caliber roster with what we have. This is probably the cleanest basketball fit available to my knowledge. The Lakers may pivot and want to go younger. Luka-centric systems, I think, reduce LeBron's role and his control on a team. And Cleveland already has a win-now core. I mean, we've made the playoffs now multiple years in a row. But LeBron alone isn't enough. The Cavs still need roster changes, in my opinion. I think we need some elite wing shooting, perimeter toughness, size, reliable two-way players. 3-and-D type of guys. If I'm the Cavs, this roster needs more knockdown playoff shooters. I mean, you've got Merrill, you've got Strus. They've had moments. I think they could target a guy like Luke Kennard, Grayson Allen, right? Maybe some other veterans chasing a ring. I would like them to get somebody who's defensive-minded, who can still hit the three. But the modern NBA is all about wing players. Boston has wings. New York has wing players. Oklahoma City. Cleveland needs more versatile defenders who can switch defensively, guard 1 through 4, hit open threes, defend elite scorers. This is what the NBA has turned into. And they're built for the playoffs, right? I mean, even Toronto, who Cleveland played in the first round, has a ton of these guys, and it showed. They got exposed at times in that Toronto series. So I think you have to decide what to do with Jared Allen. If the Cavs need more spacing, more wing depth, does having two centers down there really help you? If Mobley can shift to the full-time center, a Jared Allen trade could potentially bring back wings, shooting, draft capital, maybe even LeBron in a sign-and trade. The Eastern Conference, I think, is changing. Boston Celtics are very expensive. The Bucks are aging. They're kind of, collapsing. The Miami Heat, very inconsistent. The 76ers, they just can't stay healthy. They have a great core. But this is actually the perfect time for Cleveland to become aggressive, in my opinion. And if LeBron really wants one last championship run, then why not come back to where it all started? Because imagine the storyline. Akron kid returns home, final season, wins another one for the land, 10 plus years later. He can mentor Mobley and Mitchell, and I think he can get these guys playing at a championship level pretty quickly. And honestly, beyond basketball, it would mean everything to the city of Cleveland. Because regardless of how his career ends, Cleveland is always going to be indebted to LeBron. And LeBron is Cleveland basketball forever, right? And one final run with the Cavs, it would be absolutely legendary. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Appreciate y'all for watching.